over a decade has passed since Black Monkey Pro released Sleepover as one of its BL projects. Now, as BLits Games works on Jock Studio, the team has acquired the rights and launched Sleepover reWake in the West. This reimagined edition revives the old title with some original staff returning to shape it into something new. If you've came here for a Sleepover reWake review, you'll find a compact visual novel that updates tone, pacing, and presentation while keeping the core relationship at the center of it all. So, let's get into it.
Are you sure? Because I can fill the hole she left.
Now you're just messing with me, Kano. I promise it wasn't a big deal. Just let it go, alright?
Sleepover reWake tells the story of Kano and Aki, two childhood friends who grew up side by side. After a full day together and a night under the same roof, they finally face the possibility of taking a tentative step into possible intimacy. Compared to the original release, reWake reframes the specifics of their date and current situation. The result is now a new game that happens to star the same two characters. In this version, Aki left for the big city to study and spent years away. He returns to the small town where Kano still lives. They reconnect, trade stories, and test the space between who they were and who they have become. Kano admires Aki and is dazzled to see him again, hanging on to details about the city life that he lived. Aki, meanwhile, holds back at times, as he clearly wants the hit of nostalgia that comes with seeing his hometown and his old friend, but he is not fully transparent. Overall, this setup gives the reunion a soft ache. You feel the gap that formed over time in the careful way that they test their boundaries. That same promise also highlights a missed chance. The script hints at a complication in Aki's life, yet it rarely follows through. The pieces are there for stronger character work, but the game gestures at them and then moves on. The revised dialogue brings a new choice structure to the game as well. Most prompts offer 4 answers for Kano, many are about tone. Do you tease Aki about his new look? Do you try to comfort him? Do you ask a blunt question? These micro decisions are meant to measure alignment between the two characters. Once the story reaches the titular Sleepover, your choices determine if you see the good ending or end up with the bad one. The problem with all of this is feedback. The game doesn't make it clear when you picked the right option. You see, there are many decision points, some spaced close together, and the entire system is just easy to fumble, reach a wrong outcome, and then feel lost about how to correct course. The original was already known for its opaque routes, but those paths were built around 3 key choices tied to explicit scenes, where earlier selection changed flavor text and characterization without blocking the best ending. Those branches tended to funnel into shorter routes, so trial and error felt practical. reWake's broader system is interesting in theory. It tracks how in sync Kano and Aki are across a larger stretch of play. In practice, the lack of consistent visual and audio cues leaves you guessing. A simple icon, a brief animation, or a soft chime could teach players which conversational posture moves the needle. And not to get off topic, but Otome's Otome games often use clear, repeatable feedback to help players learn. A similar approach would help here without breaking immersion. The quality of life basics are present as well. You get multiple save slots, autosave, a log, skip, and auto text. Text size can also be adjusted, volume bars are separate in the options menu, and you can toggle off the particle effects that appear during special CGs if you don't like extra flair. A nice touch arrives after you get the first good ending. This is where the game unlocks a sleepover mode that lets you replay the intimate scene without trudging through the lead up. Since the scene branches into a variety of variations, this mode makes cleanup a little quicker. These variations do not change your ending, but they do add texture and reward curiosity. The full run is short by genre standards. Completionists will still have a fair amount to look through considering the gallery, and I should also mention that standard illustrations sit apart from the explicit CGs. A profile viewer shows extra info about Kano and Aki, and you can also set their sprites to specific expressions and outfits, which helps if you ever want to revisit specific moments with a different look. Art direction is overall clean. The new lighting pass gives characters a livelier presence, especially in the close-ups. Subtle particles and on-screen breathing during heated moments sell the mood without getting in the way of it all. The standout upgrade is the English voice acting. The original release was silent, so hearing these characters changes the feel of the entire script. Kano sounds younger, quick to react, and a little unguarded. Aki comes across as slightly older and more composed, with a tone that suggests experience without turning him into a stock archetype. The performances are not overly showy. They fit the grounded scale of the story and help even routine exchanges feel warmer. Circling back, the choice system tries to carry more weight than the UI can support. Due to there not being a reliable signal that you have chosen well, players who want the good ending might need to look up a guide. That friction actually fights against the romance. You want to focus on the slow thaw between these leads, but instead you might second guess every line that you choose. The script's restraints can feel like a limit. Aki's return has clear emotional stakes, yet his personal context stays very hazy. A few more concrete scenes about his life in the city or what he hopes to find back home would make the final hours hit much harder. The bones of the stronger arc are in place, but the game stops one beat early. Sleepover reWake reframes a compact BL visual novel with updated visuals, welcomed voice work, and small but helpful UX touches. The new context for Kano and Aki carries a gentle pull, and the presentation keeps their chemistry front and center. At the same time though, the expanded choice web creates confusion, and the script leaves some of its best character hints underused. If you love BL, this is an easy case for a weekend playthrough. You'll see a familiar premise presented with more polish, a stronger sense of atmosphere, and performances that make the boys feel present. Now, if you prefer transparent routing and fuller arcs, the guesswork and loose ends may wear on you. For everyone else, this is a compact, modernized revisit that respects the original spark, even if it stops short of the deeper story that it teases. Noisy Pixel is giving Sleepover reWake a 6.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. Noisy Pixel is run by reWake Gamers, providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth, and subscribe to keep up with all our future content.